Hey there, Virgo. Hey there, Virgo. This is general reading for April 2022. We're going to be taking a look at messages from your subconscious, messages regarding your growth, expansion, and abundance, and also messages about opportunities for new beginnings. April has some interesting things going on. There is the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, and Neptune is a planet that it rules your dreams, your intuition, mysticism. So that's why we're looking at messages from the subconscious. And Jupiter is a planet that rules growth, expansion, luck, and abundance. So that's why we're looking at those messages. And for April, there's actually 2 new moons, which give opportunities for new beginnings. The first new moon is on the 1st, and the second one is on the 30th of April. So, let's see what we have so far. In terms of messages from your subconscious, you have single-mindedness. Choose your own path and what is best suited to you. Pretty simple message there. In terms of expansion and growth, you have willow spirit, flexibility. And for new beginnings, you have this yin card, which is about feminine energy and allowing things to flow to you and receiving. So, for the single-mindedness message for choosing your own path, you have the 2 of Pentacles, the Moon, and the 4 of Pentacles. So it kind of indicates that maybe you are juggling some options, and really there is an opportunity for you to go forward, but maybe there is some kind of fear, anxiety, or considerations of others that you're making. We'll go ahead and clarify these as we go along. For the abundance, expansion, growth message of flexibility, you have the Page of Swords, the 2 of Cups, and Queen of Wands. So the Page of Swords is kind of inquisitive, can be immature at times, but with this willow spirit and flexibility of the cards there that indicate being open to new things. In terms of intellect, definitely it's the Page of Swords. The Queen of Wands would also be open to new things, but in an adventurous type of way, like a daring sort of way. Not necessarily doing something that maybe someone else wanted. And with the 2 of Cups, kind of indicates that, give and take with relationships. And for the Yin card over here, you have, for new beginnings, you have 4 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the World. So kind of indicates like maybe really listening to your own intuition and going on that new path. So let's see here. Let's see what you are juggling over here. So the message of single-mindedness telling you to choose your own path indicates that maybe there's other people's opinions that you are juggling. So let's see what the Two of Pentacles is all about. You have the King of Swords. So someone in your life, maybe a boss, significant other for some of you, or a parent that really is kind of like, this is the way things should go, this is the way things should be. And with the King of Swords, those individuals are very good at reason, analysis, and communication. So definitely, if you're up against that type of person, they are able to pretty much get you to see whatever they want you to see, because they're so good with their words. So let's see what's going on with the Four of Pentacles, actually, because it's a sense of trying to build your own security, perhaps, you know, for some of you, leaving home for the first time, or for others, possibly even leaving relationships. But there's a focus on maybe saving and getting, you know, solid grounding. You have the Ten of Swords. So it does indicate that perhaps these communications with the King of Swords, you're analyzing it to death, and really you just need to kind of make sure that you're taken care of. Let's see what's going on with the Moon. You have the Seven of Pentacles. That's about investing in something and really hoping for a certain outcome. And sometimes the question is it worth investing in even more? And that really does depend on what you had expected. Were you going into something with your heart and soul, looking at giving this project, this plan, this plant love, so that it could, you know, grow and thrive into whatever it was going to be? Or were you hoping to get a certain outcome? You know, for some people it might be that you went into a certain career because maybe someone in your life, maybe a parent figure, someone was like, you know, if you want to be secure, do this type of job, and it's really not for you. Or maybe you have decided that you are kind of saving up money to move out, to go on a trip, and really wondering if you should invest it in something else. So here, your subconscious wants you to choose your own path, figure out what's best suited for you, and that really does include figuring out what your heart truly wants, and not reason yourself out of wanting what you want. So let's take a look at the flexibility here. What's going on with this Two of Cups? You have the World card. So that indicates usually a completion or a new beginning. In some cases, it indicates some type of marriage, perhaps, engagement. So, I mean, it could be that you are, for some people, possibly moving. But the moon card is more about like your own journey and dealing with your kind of demons or fear, self-doubt. So over here with the World and the Two of Cups being flexible, it also could just be self-love, and allowing yourself to kind of change your mind. Maybe you've kind of set your course, of, told everyone you're going to be going a certain route, and now you feel like you're stuck in it. But this here being flexible, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to, honor different aspects of yourself. So let's see what the Page of Swords is about here. You have Princess of Swords. So it is really about, I'm actually noticing in this Princess of Swords or Page of Swords that the sword is kind of, they're bending it. Swords aren't usually kind of flexible in that way. But in terms of how I'm kind of sensing it is there's certain facts, there are certain truths, data points, and you might not be able to change it, but how you view things, the perspective of it is can be changed. There's there's sayings, two sides to every story. There's actually multiple sides to every story. And so here, your expansion and growth really does pertain to how you take information that you learn and interpret them and your perspective of them. So let's see what's going on with this Queen of Wands. You have the Death card. So it's a sense of transition, change, and possibly loss. But Virgo, it kind of indicates that even to some degree, this Page of Swords can be like that nagging, criticizing part of you that if you do one thing and it doesn't turn out to be amazing, or then it's like, oh, well, you should have done this instead. Or just kind of, like self-criticism and just a second guesser almost. So with this flexibility, it's okay to kind of take two truths or two different paths of, even career goals. So with this change here, with this Queen of Wands, I'm sensing that once you kind of allow yourself to, it's almost like the Strength card, just recognizing the different aspects of your personality and accept them, and just, kind of thank the critic every now and then, well, actually always thank the critic for coming in and chiming in, because the critic in each of us kind of pops out because at some point we needed the critic to help us avoid some danger, perceived danger, or get out of it. And at some point you have to recognize that your desires and your life experience have put you in a certain position where that critic really doesn't serve a purpose when it's constantly second guessing you, or you're second guessing yourself. But recognize like, oh, that critic in me is kind of popping out. And, you know, it's okay if I make a mistake. It's okay if I want to do something different. Let me just finish this up and start a new journey. So I really think it's just a perspective of things. So I was saying Queen of Wands wouldn't really be flexible in the sense of, you know, doing something for someone else. But in the sense of will always kind of be one step ahead of everything, because the Queen of Wands is like dodging and weaving and dancing to the beat of their own drum. Like they're constantly just, you know, wherever their passion is leading them. So in that sense, there's flexibility. But in any type of transformation or loss, there's something that you have to let go of, and it might not be easy here. That critic, that second guesser, is really going to be hard to let go of. And you stepping into your Queen of Wands energy, it has to be more of a conscious effort. And here with New Beginnings, the Yin card of being more in touch with your feminine power. Doesn't matter what gender or sex you are. It is about your ability to allow things to flow to you, to receive things, and not be so rigid or taking the first step. With the Four of Cups here, I'm almost seeing it as like a perfectionist. Someone who is not really satisfied with how other people do things and even themselves. Again, kind of like that critic coming out. But here you have the Queen of Cups that really is about receiving, is about your intuition, tapping into emotion. You can see here even the Yin card is like a cup, and the Queen of Cups is all about cups. So kind of allowing people to give to you, connecting from the heart. And here, you know, you have the World. It's kind of like it's like a rebirth, transformation, rebirth, but an opportunity to feel good about what you've accomplished so far, and be excited about what you can do going forward. So let's take a look at the Queen of Cups here. You have the Empress. So kind of really tapping into that feminine energy and getting in touch with your sensuality, your creativity, your true nature, and that includes emotions, like not holding back emotions, kind of good or bad, but really being proud of who you are inside and out, is like honoring yourself, celebrating yourself. So let's see what's going on with the Four of Cups here. You have the Three of Wands. So that's like really about expanding and extending out your energy. And that can be in terms of business, your successes, your even moving. yeah, I think I mentioned possibly for some people they might be moving. But it's almost as if the more that you pursue opportunities, the more that you extend out or network or meet someone, or it's almost as if it is the critic inside of you is like, oh, well, if you would have done that earlier, if you would have, put in that effort, or if you would have thought to do that, you could be so much further. But really just reining it in and letting, recognizing things will come to you when they need to come to you, but also that critic, I think really kind of having that critic look at things in a different way instead of just criticizing, really turning it into a collaboration of how you can see things differently in a more creative, imaginative way. And let's see what's going on with this World card. You have the King of Wands. So for some of you, I'm kind of sensing that this could, this transition of choosing your own path, being a little bit more less critical, more flexible about, your options, life, paths forward, embracing your femininity, your emotions, and allowing things to flow to you and not be so like rigid and making things happen, and kind of like honoring yourself. It might end up where you can meet that type of person that will be your match. And it's almost, for some of you, it's a leaving home situation. For others, it's a leaving the type of job environment you have. And for even others, it's almost as if, kind of leaving this parental figure that has everything kind of worked out for you, planned, and maybe help create that critic in you that has kind of been hanging on like a parasite. So it looks like dreaming big in April, making this type of change is going to be really good for you. To get a more full picture of the month, be sure to check out your readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. We'll see you next time. Take care.